free beer. It helps speakers.
It does. he did have a logo. You mentioned
This
that
is when I regret putting my company logo and making
Right.
beer on it.
New
Okay,
sponsors.
all right.
Cut out the
So,
hiccups.
for those of you who were here to talk, to listen and learn about Windows virtual machines, I'm really sorry. There was a bit of a mix-up. Apparently I can't type, right? I am going to mention virtual machines once, but only in scorn. Okay, so, all right, before we get started, let's be clear. If everyone puts their hands up, I'm not going to waste my time. Who uses Chrome profiles today? Yes! Brilliant! Hopefully you'll learn something. Okay, all right. So unfortunately, this is, oh yeah, by the way, we know this is not a developer meetup because we're both using presentations. Okay, this is not about Windows virtual machines, all right? So we're going to talk about what the problem is, what is the solution, and who gives a crap. All right, so how many of you use an anonymous window because you need to log into another system that your current window gives you the wrong credentials for? Sure. Right? Bing, 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 bing. Right, a lot of us. How many people use an anonymous window, or they have to use Internet Explorer because they need to test as a different user? Yeah. Right. What I'm going to talk about today is a lot of my problem, but is a lot of relevant to everybody's problem. Is if you want to use Chrome as your browser, which most people in their right mind do, right? If you want to have multiple split personalities using Chrome, you have to work around how you do that. You have to open an anonymous window, you have to log out of one system, you have to log into another system, and around and about and all over the damn place. So, in my world, because I have like 1,000 bloody customers, Office 365 is an online mail service. So let's say I have 10 different clients, and I have 10 different clients' email addresses that they all email me on, right? Well, I can't consume all of those in the same Chrome browser because if I'm in my mail online, I have to log out of one to log into the next, to log out of one to log into the next. So it's a complete pain in the ass. I also happen to do Salesforce work. I also, Slack is a great example. If you're in one Slack team in Chrome, you can't be in another Slack team in Chrome unless you log out of one Slack team in Chrome, right? I'm sure more of you can relate to that. And Google, and there's just like all sorts of online personalities that you use at the same time, that if you use two of those things at the same time, it becomes a problem. I get ahead of myself. Yeah, you'll see. You'll see. Part of the reason for me doing this in a presentation is that I did this presentation by switching between windows constantly, and by doing it without giving context of why, it really confused everybody. So I'm going to go through all the boring crap of why, then I'm going to show you what it means. Seriously. All right, so, okay. Problems. Okay, one problem, and this is the only time I'm going to mention it, Windows virtual machines. Right, so I have a client development box, I have another client development box, I have a lot of clients, all right? Every 50 gig machine is really impractical for me to have on my portable hard drive, on my desktop, whatever it is, even if it's a frigging cloud virtual machine that I have to RDP into. It's still a pain in the ass to actually have to log in, configure, and store every single one of them just so I can either read my mail or develop in their environment. It's a pain, all right? But that's what we all had to do 10 years ago for those of you that are old enough to remember. All right? So what I'm going to talk about today is Windows 10, and for those of you who are Mac people, I really don't care. I do care, but I don't care, but you have Mac virtual machines, you know what they are. Virtual desktops, sorry, beer. Virtual desktops and Chrome profiles, all right? And the great thing that I find about Chrome profiles is every profile you create, hello, come in, eat cold pizza, drink cold beer.
Thank you.
Is it remembers who you are as if it's Chrome. Right, you all use Chrome, right? Right, yes, 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 mostly, yes. Okay, right, fine. You love the fact that when you go to Chrome and you start typing meet, it goes meetup.com/Northwest JavaScript, blah, 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 because you're truly lazy, right? Yes, absolutely, we love that. You have all your bookmarks, you have the start of everything you love. Well, imagine you could do that many times, right? Many times. So, Chrome profiles, and I'm going to show you how to create one. Basically, you can have lots of your own existences within Chrome. And each one of those has everything that you love about Chrome unique to that individual profile. So, up here we'll see this one is Mark. He's a great guy, right? This is my meetup page for Mark. Well, my other Chrome profile looks like that. Okay, so this is my development Office 365 environment. It's the exact same web page, except that you will notice a completely different set of bookmarks and a completely different background look and feel. So it is absolutely clear in my mind visually who I am at this time and what I'm doing. Okay, two different profiles. This one could be your test environment, this one could be your production environment. Ow, wow. This one could be development and that one could be staging, whatever it is. But you know what it is instantly by looking at it. Different bookmarks. It's really good, right? What you can also do in the different environments is you can set the startup tabs. For those of you who are genuinely lazy, when you want to go to a certain user, you want it to go bing, 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 these are the websites that I'm going to use because it's my portal, it's my dev environment, it's my DevOps, whatever it is. In those tabs when you start it up, each Chrome profile can have its own startups for the truly, truly lazy among you, me included, right? And it remembers web history, cookies, account authorizations. When you log into your online, whatever it is, software as a service, you don't want to have to do that again because we're really lazy. So you check the box that says remember me for 30 days, whatever it is. When you go back to your Gmail, you don't have to log in again. Each one of your Chrome profiles remembers that information for those credentials for that website. So that means I could log into Gmail in Mark and it would give me Mark at Gmail. I could log in at Zomino and it would give me Zomino at Gmail. And never the twain shall meet, and I don't have to log into either of them twice. Right. So, and we'll get to the demo. Windows Virtual Desktops. If you're using Windows 10 spring this year, they introduced virtual desktops. You can turn on virtual desktops by right-clicking on the bottom bar, turn on View Task View button. I don't know why. Whatever. Well.
So if you're going to cover it, I'll hold my question, but I was curious about the Chrome profiles, like what other stuff they will remember.
I'll get back to
okay.
Whatever you do in Chrome today, it will remember that as your profile.
Extensions?
Yes. Yes, and I'll prove
like
that.
Chrome flags that you've turned off and on? Okay.
Yes. Cool. Everything. Everything. It's awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
See, I like this guy. Right. So, that's all well and good, but you know, if you're like me, okay, normally I operate with about 15 windows open at the same time, and finding anything is a bit of a pain in the ass. All right? So, Macs had virtual desktops for quite some time, and Microsoft went, you know what, we can steal that idea, and they did. So, you can create, this is more like what my normal day looks like. You can click on that icon, you can create a new virtual desktop, and then as soon as you do, actually Windows is pretty smart, especially if you're hooked up to Office 365, is it will actually give you a highlight of the documents that you've been working on in the last few days and says, would you like to open that one? It's kind of cool. Never used it, but it's kind of cool. And then you can move between them by going Control Windows to the right and Control Windows to the left. Yeah, you can move between them. Okay. All right.
But you're still the same.
I'm still the same Windows user. And if I go over here, and I do an Alt-Tab, all right, there's nothing there. That's bloody typical, all right. All right, so I have Visual Studio open there, Visual Studio Code, and back over here I have a whole ton of stuff open. So, I mean, it's just like on the Mac. The only difference is, actually, if you open Office apps in one window, you can't open them very easily in the other window. It tends to jump back to them. It's a bit of a pain in the arse, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. All right. Whoop, whoop. So what? Okay, better organization of your life. It remembers who you are, which is mwah, beautiful. Email stuff. Right, okay, so you don't really care about that. You want to see it in action because that's the kind of exciting people you are. So, you may have seen this page before. Right? So, you'll notice that here I have the weather, TweetDeck, Marquee, PSC, Realtors. No, you will not see I am in your way. Sorry. I have a whole ton of bookmarks. Stop stealing my stuff.
I'm not stealing your stuff.
You're stealing my...
Your soul?
If
With
you
my
see
camera?
any of my customers on there, you did not see that.
Oh, I didn't.
I hope you don't. Anyway, so... Okay, right. So I have a bunch of profiles up here that are my existence. This is how my do a data migrate. I have a customer that uses Gmail for their email, for their online document management, what have you. I have a Gmail development environment that's not my Gmail. So I've got my Gmail over here. Woo! Expensed lunches. All right, if I go over here, and oh, look at that. It's logged into Gmail for me automatically. All I did was open the window, and it even remembers who I am in this profile. I'm not me. So I can log in here. Oh, look, Joe, I have a different Google extension. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I have a Google extension in that window. I have completely different Google extensions in this window. So yes, it absolutely remembers all of the Google extensions you have for a particular profile, for a particular development environment, whatever it is that you want. You didn't see that. All right, and you could log in there, and I could get 2 different Gmail accounts open in Chrome at the same time.
So you switch profiles and it opened a new window?
Yep.
And that window is in one profile and the other window is in another profile? Mm-hmm. Then what do you need the virtual desktops for?
I'm glad you asked. Thanks very
You
much.
don't have to Alt-Tab as much.
I'm glad you asked.
You are welcome.
So actually, I'm going to ignore you for 5 minutes. I will get to that. I will get to that. All right, so you also notice that when I open this one, I have completely different bookmarks. Completely different bookmarks. What this is really useful for me is, in my world, and I'm sure you can relate to this, I love my touchscreen, by the way. I never thought I'd use it. I love it. I have a client that uses Salesforce. All right, so you'll notice that this brings up the environment instantly. I didn't even have it open. Brings up all of the URLs I need for their environment, and I have all of the bookmarks that I have for the environment I need to work in for them. It's a different color. It's strangely, oddly Japanese. Okay, for those of you that know me, you'll understand. Not really, it was yellow. I would pick a yellow one, okay. Shut up. All right, if I go to CNN, so this is an interesting one. If I just pull that up, and I go back, it remembers that I had CNN open. So within this Windows session, it actually, just like Chrome, remembers not only the windows that I told it to open anyway, which is that one and that one, it remembers the tabs that you had open. Oh my God, for the awesome lazy people that don't reboot their computer but once a fortnight when the Windows updates happens, what was I doing yesterday? Oh, look at that. It's Brilliant. All right. So, what else does it do? It does stuff. Okay, so let me go over to virtual desktops. Hi. Okay, right, so over here, I'm going to open another window. It opened Marquee because I was in Marquee in the other one. I've got Marquee open in 2 places. So then let me open this one. Let me get rid of that one. Right. This is... so the development tools for Salesforce are Eclipse, for Java developers, all right, and it's online, all right. So if I, in this particular case, let's say I opened Visual Studio Code, let's say this was the development tool that I used for this development environment. It's only in this window. When I go back over here, let's say for this particular environment, I use WebStorm. And this is how I prove I'm at least competent as a developer, because I have an IDE or 3 installed on my computer, right? So when I need to go to that client and do that development, it's there, it's ready for me, I can do what I want. It's only those 2 windows, it's over there. What this allows me to do is this allows me to mentally keep my clients separate. And until Windows reboots, that's that client. Or that's my development environment, or that's my test environment, or that's whatever the hell I need it to be over there. And you'll see that I took so bloody long for WebStorm to open, it actually opened in this bloody window. Damn it!
That's interesting.
Going back to Java and WebStorm. Shut up. Oh, yeah. Shut up.
It's got an index.
Go away.
Let it index.
One of the cool things, actually, is if you don't actually know whether you've opened one of your accounts or not, let's say I went to enter that one again. Oh, look, it actually jumps over to the window and actually brings it up in the virtual desktop, because when you're really lazy and you have 4 of these things open, you're like, I have no idea what I did 3 days ago. It's already open. It's consuming memory. Your laptop is really unhappy. But, you know, that's what it is. That's what it can do.
That is very Mac-like.
Duh, they stole the idea. Not the company of original ideas.
I'll bleep that out. Don't worry.
That's their tagline.
Mark's like a Microsoft MVP.
I am a Microsoft MVP.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, the
I'll bleep
Microsoft
that
that
out.
we all grew up with and we hated, it's not that company anymore. They are actually a really genius company. Thank you very much. Don't take this away from me. I love you. Mwah. Okay. Right, so here's my, wow, that's a lot of windows. It keeps opening because I don't keep shutting them. So this is my actual online Microsoft, now you brought it up, thank you very much. This is my Azure Portal. All right, Azure is Microsoft's software as a service. It's AWS and Microsoft. All right, it's in this browser. It's for this developer. Okay. If I go back into Mark and I open portal.azure, wow. Oh, okay. Just for giggles, let me go back over here and type that. It doesn't remember portal.azure.com because in this profile, I've never used portal.azure.com because I don't need to, all right? So the shortcuts that you use for that particular profile, for that particular, it will remember them. Brilliant. Okay. Right, so in here, I am me at work. In here, I'm me in my dev environment. They're both in Chrome. So everything that you need to test in your dev or staging or what have you, you could do in different profiles in Chrome without actually having to shut down Chrome and log in or log in with an anonymous window or do this or that or this or that or this or that. It is so brilliant because I am that lazy. Everything we do that's cool is because it makes us lazier, right? I mean productive, I mean lazy. All right, I'm really trying to stretch this out. Okay? So that's it. I mean, that's basically what Chrome Profiles is. Whatever you do today, all you have to do is you will see that there'll be a little tab up here with nothing on it. You go in here, you manage people, you add a new person, and in Windows, I don't know what happens in a Mac, but in Windows it gets stored in C, user, who you hell you are, apps, bleh, Google, Chrome, whatever. It just creates a different folder and it stores your entire existence just like it does now.
What does it store in that folder?
Oh, everything that Google stores, I don't know.
Oh.
If you create a new profile, will it start with everything that the parent had?
Nope, it will start with what you tell it to. Okay,
That's kind of why I was asking what it stores. Like, could I copy a little
Let's
piece
do
of
this.
JSON or something over?
So let's add a person and let's call this, oh, I don't know. Right. Okay. So, hello, welcome to Chrome. Oh, I have to give you one unfortunately sad thing. Is if you use Chrome and you log into Chrome, so it stores your bookmarks and everything else, it won't do it with the profiles. If I log in here with my existence, it will say, I'm sorry, Chrome knows you as Marky, you can't sign in as 2 different accounts. Sorry. Okay, whatever.
So it doesn't sync all your profiles to
It will not sync all of your profiles, it will only sync your logged in profile. So if I go cnn.com, because that's the kind of commie I am, all right, I close that out. I go back into, which is now in the lesson, which is rocks. All right, see, it's remembered I've typed that before. Okay, let's, okay, whatever. Because I'm the fascist that you all think I am, whatever. Doesn't really matter, I don't really care what you think. All right, whatever. You drag that down there, I close the window. You go back over here, and now that browser. All right, let's go to, oopsie. Right, it's never been there, it doesn't know who I am. Yep, yep. All right, there's my Azure Portal. Next time I go back in there, oh look, it's remembered that URL. Woo, I'm so lazy. More importantly, it remembered who I was. I'm so lazy, it's awesome. All right? This is, the benefits that you get out of Chrome count. Okay, for those of you that use local storage, right, that gets, whatever, retained, different profiles, all right, for a particular website. Cookies, clearly, this is cookie based, all right? It's remembered the cookie, it's reused the cookie, it's reused my authorization. It will reuse my authorization for whatever I want, all right? So, let's go over here, let's do this, let's go set it, oh, not that one, fat thumbs. Scroll down over here, continue, add a new page. Okay, bearing in mind, I've never been to news.com in this browser, you've seen me. Oh, look at that! All right. Once you get it, you're like, oh, duh. Yes, sir.
Just add that if you're using profiles, another really nice thing is that everything you store in your Chrome profile is also available on the mobile phone. So that saved me numerous times. Like if you want to log into your library account from your mobile phone, I will never remember my username and password for the library, but I saved it in on the desktop in Google Chrome.
Oh, yeah.
I installed Chrome on the device. Now I have.
But that's
everything.
signing into Chrome. That's not a profile thing.
Well, your Google username is linked to a certain profile on Chrome, right?
Yes, but that's different. These profiles are not available on the phone.
Correct. So
you're talking about being signed into Google and having it synced to the phone.
Correct. So
yes.
So everything. So your Google account is link to the Marquee.
Yes,
profile,
absolutely.
Right?
Yes, it
Everything
is,
you
sir.
store in Marquee
Yes.
is now going to be
Yes.
available
Yeah.
on the phone or
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Yeah. Yes, because I've signed in over here.
Between profiles on the
No,
phone.
no,
No.
You can only be logged in as
You
one
can't
user. I
switch
mean,
between
you can always
actual
log
Chrome
off
profiles either,
as
right?
that user and
On
log in
phone,
as some
no.
other
Well, I
user.
mean, on computer. As far as like if you're logged in as Chrome and then you log in a different
Yeah, if
Chrome,
if
you
I
don't have
tried to
the
go
ability
to
the-
if I try to go to Gmail here. No, actually. Oh, by the way, you'll see again. I don't know why I put this on my MS Live account, but those are my Salesforce Google Chrome extensions. All right, I was learning. Where's the option to log in?
So what about something like snippets? In the DevTools, you can save snippets. Do those
I
cross?
bet you they do. I've never done that.
Or,
I'm not a
well,
developer
I'm wondering
anymore.
if they're specific or if they're available in all of them, which is why I was
No, it
asking
would be
about-
specific to the I'm almost
Would it
certain
be
it will be
specific to the
specific.
profile?
If I knew how to create a snippet, we could test that.
Just open up DevTools.
Okay, I
Create a
know how to
snippet,
do
bro.
that. Ooh! Alright,
Oh wow, it's over there.
come on, Joe.
I
Come
don't know,
on.
what is it? Sources or something? I don't remember.
I've never snippeted everything.
I once tried it, went, oh, that's cool, never used it.
I'm gonna say skip it for now because I'm not gonna remember what to tell you to do.
I guess you. Oh, look at that!
So, I think it's because you've got it on the side. The menu's cut off there.
So I have no idea this feature exists.
Ooh, okay, right, so. Okay, let's find out.
Let's.
Doink. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Looks like it's there.
There's there.
Yeah! Okay.
So
now-
that is not unique to each profile. That is shared across all profiles.
Let's find out. Oh God, which one of those? That looks different.
Sources.
Sources.
It's hidden behind the
Snippets, not that. Yes, absolutely profile driven.
Hmm.
Now that may or may not be a bad thing, but okay, fine. You have different snippets for your development environment. Literally, all it does is it creates a folder for all of your personalizations for every different profile that you are. So anything, I believe, anything that you can do in here that gets remembered on a different profile.
So you guys who said you never heard of the snippets feature in Chrome, it's actually very handy for if you don't have like some sort of integration test that you can run in isolation to get you in a very specific scenario. You can have a little bit of JavaScript there that just plugs through your application and gets you into a very, that's what I use it for at least, to get
You
into
can
a very
have them
specific.
run.
Yeah, it'll run right there in the browser, just like you typed it, as though you typed it in the console, and you just ran it against whatever's in the browser. That's what I use it for
You can
most
have
of the
them
time.
run automatically, or do you have to?
No, you just click on it. You say
okay.
run.
You get yelled at.
I'm not a developer. Shut up. That. Okay, so that's the example I used. If you want to mock data from a data source you don't have, the snippet will allow you to insert the mock data into whatever variable you want to using var because you can.
Wow. I'm gonna edit this.
You say let
Zoom in and put that on.
Yeah.
or const, whatever.
Put the function keyword in there just to really piss me
Right, keep it simple now.
You're right, because if I was doing functional programming, I'd be like, let me.
It's not functional programming, that's modern JavaScript.
Whatever, don't really care. Actually,
That
it
is
would
the
take
worst fucking
more.
thing I've ever seen.
You know,
Oh.
I pay some attention at these meetings, but not that much.
So I got lost on your
Prove it.
Googly account description.
On my Googly account. Okay.
So you were
Okay.
saying
Oh,
something.
no.
So
I have like 4 different Google
All right.
accounts, for
Yeah.
example.
So
But I can be logged into all those dudes in one
in tab.
user.
So you can go to
Right.
gmail.com in this tab.
Yeah.
How?
It was, right? It was let
Sign it.
something
Yeah, just
fat
nothing.
arrow equals
Punch
function.
it. Oh yeah.
You're saying you can't do that?
Well, if I go to gmail.com, it remembers I'm in.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you can log out and log in.
You don't have
Yeah, but if I log out of this window, I'm logged out of that window.
Picture
You just
in the
go to
top
the
right
profile
corner.
up there, and then you log
The
in.
picture, yeah. But no, that's not the same. Yeah, no, that's
That's what
not the
I'm trying
same.
to understand.
That's linking accounts. That's not the same. That's linking accounts. I am not going to link my. I'm not going to link. Really?
That's better.
You let me do that. Okay, and there's me and Joe talking about people. Oh God, no. Right, there we go. All right. You can link Gmail accounts, but there's no way I'm linking my Gmail account to my client's Gmail development environment. That's not happening.
And just to be clear, it was not me and you talking about people. It was you using Urban Dictionary to look up shiz.
Oh, you used the word shiz because
and you
you're
went and looked it
12.
up.
You're 12.
Because I'm 12.
You live with 12-year-olds. I don't know. What does shiz mean?
I didn't want to say shit in the email, so I said shiz.
Really? To me?
No, the email was
me?
to the group.
To me?
Jesus Christ.
You're okay saying it in person, but not over email.
Yeah, correct.
So
That's
getting back to my
documented.
question.
Yes. Sorry.
So you're saying I can't use multiple.
Right. So I have
users to
multiple
get around
accounts
this.
over here. So my multiple personal Gmail accounts, I can log into my son's email because that's the kind of evil parent I. Oh God, he can see this. Okay. Yes, that's linking Gmail accounts, but you're still actually logged in as you.
Oh, history?
Alright.
Is history?
Yes.
So history collects from all profiles.
No,
Separate.
only from the profile you're in.
So when you go to clear history, you're only clear on the one profile.
Right.
If you
Just
create
like
a
all
porn profile, then you have to manage that porn profile appropriately as an individual.
But let's just be clear, incognito is for porn.
I was
You don't
going
need
to
a
say
porn profile.
Control-Shift-N
Remember
is
the web
called
address.
porn mode for a reason. Okay?
Why would there be only one porn profile?
Well, that's why you have to have multiple browsers.
Why?
Okay. No. I'm sorry. Okay.
So it's appropriate.
Any
Three
other
porn
appropriate
profiles?
questions for Chrome profiles?
One for each day of the week.
I'm sorry, I didn't bring him. He came of his own volition.
Sunday is the worst one.
It always is.
Okay, any other Chrome-related questions? I'm not kidding you. Anything you can do in Chrome in one profile, you can do in any of the others. Right? It genuinely saves me a ton of time. Even as a not developer, I still have multiple environments I have to log into. So, another thing that most of you don't have to worry about is Outlook. All right? So in Outlook, shut up. In Outlook, you can still insert multiple email accounts, but some of you may have come across it where your client sends you a link, and when your browser is open, logged into a certain profile, when you click on that link, it goes over there and says, I'm sorry, you don't have the rights to do that, right? So then you have to log out this window, you have to log in the window, or you have to copy the link, you have to open it up in a new browser. It's a pain in the arse, right? So what I do is I use Outlook for business, and for every client, I open their webmail in their profile so that I know when I click on one of their links, it's going to open in this browser, in this profile, so I'm logged in as them. It's very helpful. It genuinely helps me keep my world organized and less frustrated.
But you're saying you can't do that with Gmail. Is that what you were trying to say? I'm still trying to understand what your point about Gmail
Okay,
is.
all right. Let me try this again. Okay, so in Gmail, to create these different profiles...
No, I don't want to do that. I want to be two different Gmail accounts in two different windows, and you're saying I can't. That's the only
You
thing I can't
cannot do that in the same profile.
No, I don't want to.
Right.
You were saying I couldn't do
No,
it
no,
in
when
two
you
different
switch profiles, it opens
When you
a new
switch
window.
profiles,
Okay, that's
you
what
can.
I'm
You can have-
trying to understand why that was
Yeah.
the exception.
No.
You were saying,
No. So
but
you
it all
can
works
hear-
except for Gmail. I'm like, why is Gmail special?
No,
Because
no.
it's Gmail.
I am now in... Okay, I haven't been in here for a while.
It works how I expect now. That's fine.
Okay, that's fine. Right,
I
all right.
thought you were saying the
Two
opposite.
different Gmail accounts open at the same time that
that's
are
what I
not
expect.
linked, not related.
Perfect.
or Office 365, or Hotmail, or whatever you may choose to use.
You
All right,
just
that's
cannot use the same Gmail account linked to 2 different profiles, right?
That is correct. Well, I can still log into Gmail in a different profile with the same
Well, you can do
account,
that in a single.
but you can't sign into Chrome. There is a
Sign
difference
into
between
Chrome.
being logged into Gmail and having
Okay,
Chrome
now I see what
store
you're
your
So
profile.
if you have 2 different Chrome logins, you would have to basically replicate one if you wanted to use this system. 'Cause you can-
I wish I knew how to replicate
I mean
that
manually.
particular problem.
But like if I've got 2
Not
different
that
Chrome
one.
profiles for work, one for personal, I could just essentially create a profile and just kind of duplicate all the different logins for the exact reason.
Yes.
Okay, I was
But
confused. Profiles with Gmail.
Yeah, there's a little message in here that says, hey, you should sign into Chrome, it will sync your existence, right? When I do that in this window, it's not going to work. All right, so let's just do a quick temporary person 1, whatever, okay, fine. Welcome to Chrome. Okay, right, so, just so you can see this, this is me signing into Chrome.
Is the keystroke recorder on?
Right? Anyone that does not have 2-factor turned on their email is just literally asking for it. Okay? I'm sorry, this has been used by a different profile, you can't use it. So it will only sync one of your profiles, so it can be used on your phone or your tablet or whatever. Okay,
Now I'm with you.
switch to Mark, because Mark's awesome. Right, there you go.
This is all powerful.
The all-powerful Mark, yeah, and it's in the different window as well. All right.
So what? Just to mention, I was asking earlier about like turning on and off flags in Chrome. Like that could actually be really handy. Like I tend to have Canary on my machine as well for things that are coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
But there's things that are experimental that sometimes I'll turn on, and I'll totally forget that I turned it on.
That's actually a different install of Chrome. That's
No, Canary is. No, I understand that. What I'm saying is, within regular Chrome, like production channel Chrome, whatever they call it, you can turn on and off experimental flags, or you can turn on and off all sorts of flags. But I spend a lot of time like tinkering around with experimental flags, and so having a specific profile that like I label like crazy weird shit in the browser that you shouldn't rely on. That might be handy to be able to like acknowledge that I'm not in the normal
profile.
environment.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's if since snippets where I assume the flags are different between profiles.
Yeah, no, anything you can do different for every profile.
And all of this is probably stored in those files you were talking about.
See, users, whoever the hell you are, app, whatever it is, Google, Chrome, whatever.
Right, and you could probably generate those, or even just open them up and mess with them, or copy something from one over to the other if you really wanted to.
You could probably copy one and give it to your buddy if you really wanted to, but I mean that's getting.
Oh,
really
that's
personal.
actually interesting.
That's getting really personal.
No, I don't mean with the, I don't mean the actual. I guess I don't mean the profile itself. I mean some sort of settings, like do this in your browser. That'd be kind of neat if I could just send you something and be like, hey, you know, here's the 3 snippets you need and the flags you need to turn on to try out this new feature or to find this bug that may show up later. So we turn on this experimental flag to check it out. I don't know. That's just fun. That could be.
All this data is encrypted and probably only works under your Windows account.
Yeah, but you could tell them, hey, here's one, copy and paste it, create them, sure.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah. But like for me, because I have lots of clients, profiles is an absolute lifesaver. And when I was a developer, if you develop, you know, we cannot put stuff on our production environment at work. So if I want to mess with stuff, I have to create my own developer environment. It needs to be in a different window, and it just keeps my mind straight.
Can you merge profiles?
I have no idea. I doubt it. Yeah, I would have to ask Google.
This like superpower user.
Well, there could be a use case for like wanting to share something across profiles, you know?
No, you
That would
cannot
be
share
handy.
across profiles. They are completely separate. If you set a cookie in one, it will not appear in any of the
No,
others.
I understand. I'm just saying it would be. I could see scenarios where it would be handy to be able to say, share this with all my profiles, or share it with these 2 or 3 profiles.
It's not an option.
Object-oriented.
Imagine merging
you
like
can
your
have,
cookies and your local storage. Like,
Well, no, you cannot.
what takes priority, or how do you solve that?
Yeah, not very well.
What kinds of bugs you see?
Hey, I have purpose. I Googled something for somebody. Does anybody else want me to Google something? Not you.
Oh, nice. Except in
Okay, brilliant. Does anybody
Great
have any
closing.
questions that are actually useful to anybody else in this room?
that was awesome.
Right, okay, brilliant.
It's good stuff.
If you find something, come back and tell us next month, all right? Because I don't do everything, clearly, like develop. And, you know, whatever you find in here would be really useful to come back and tell other people in a lightning talk next month. Oh, look at that.
Nice segue.
Way to go.
You know.
Way to plug.
Oh my God, man. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming.